For many busy Americans, grocery shopping is a chore, another thing on our to-do list as we go from home to work, from work to home, and back again. But what if where we bought our food became a place that we enjoyed going, a place where we felt a part of a community? Sadly, in today's society, our food system seems less about the food, but more about convenience. Nearly all of us are accustomed to the indoor grocery store environment, clean, orderly, predictable. But have we ever thought about how this relationship to produce affects our individual and societal well-being? The State Farmers Market in Raleigh, North Carolina is a stark contrast to the produce section of Harris Teeter. After a number of visits to this open-air market, I began to notice how this unique environment brought out much different behavior in shoppers. Their senses engaged with earthy smells and warm breeze on their skin, the slow pace, and the vendor's presence all facilitate a different attitude toward the economy of food. The farmers market has great potential to be what is known as a third place, a location other than our home or work that we identify with. Third places are public places, on neutral ground where people can gather and interact. They allow us to put aside our concerns and simply enjoy the company and conversation around us. So what is it about the farmers market that makes it more of a third place than the grocery store? Firstly, the market environment fosters conversation between all types of people. The subject of food serves as a unifying element. It is a need that we all share. Food is a topic that the old and the young, the urban and the rural, the citizen or the foreigner can all talk about. For example, when I purchased a bunch of collard greens from Wise Farms, I told the vendor Helen that I had never cooked collards before. After providing me with some tips, she said, "It's good for young folks to start learning how to cook. When the old ones are gone, they're not going to know how things were made." I was sure to return to her stand a week later to let her know how good they tasted. Another occasion I witnessed was at Beth Moore's produce stand. Over the beautifully colored field pea shells, one customer asked another customer, "Hi, what are those?" The man admitted that,
I don't know exactly, but I love beans.
Beth, the vendor, made sure to interject at this point to clarify that they weren't beans, but in fact peas, and that they needed to be shelled. The customers laughed together, a shared moment in which both will remember how to identify field peas from green beans. These kind of congenial, friendly interactions are examples of the social warmth that fosters third place community. During one of my first visits to the farmers market, I approached a vendor offering me a sample on the end of a fork. When I reached for the fork, he pulled it away. I was supposed to pick the sample from the end of the fork, not take the entire thing. After I apologized for my misunderstanding, he told me,
Happens all the time. One time I had a man bite a sample right off my fork.
A funny anecdote to help me feel less embarrassed. The farmers market is a stimulating environment that provides opportunity to engage with others and to share in the experience of food. If visitors saw the farmers market as a third place in their lives, it could facilitate many positive outcomes for the members in our Raleigh community. Third places teach us to be more courteous of others. They encourage us to spend our money in more politically conscious ways, and they help us to develop an appreciation for public shared spaces. So I ask you, how can we as Raleigh inhabitants help foster this third placemaking of the farmers market, both for the benefit of ourselves and for our community at large?